Now, for whatever reason you didn't watch last episode, go back and watch it. I implore you to do it. This is a transfer special for the Premier League and for the Europa League as well. 107 million to spend, a lot of players to bring in. Let's go through it together and hopefully let's build a big enough squad that can compete in both leagues. Now, we are currently in the 10th of June. We have completed our championship season, and as I mentioned, we have 107 million in the transfer budget. It's going to be a big episode today. So, in the transfers, just a heads up of currently what we're looking at. A lot of outs. Mavogo is leaving us for 9 million to Levante. Newman for 15.5 million to Al Hilal. Tomoki Iwata is going to Al Ali for 25 million. Lee Buchanan to Fortuna Dusseldorf for 4.6 million. And Kwame Poku is going to Shanghai Port for 8.25 million. Now, Ryan Alsop has already left us. A couple of things just to go through. 120 million in the outs, which is more we actually have. A lot of money. Leonard's left us for 10 million. Alsop's gone for 1.6 million. And obviously in January as well, or in February, we did sell Paul Williamson for 17.5 million. There's only been a couple of transfers in that we have done. Joseph Anang has come in. Nothing special. He's a backup goalkeeper at the most, but he is homegrown in nation. And as we are in the Europa League, definitely need to bring in more homegrown players. And also, Cameron Ismail, one of the under-21s, 18 years old, released from Arsenal. Not sure what he's going to be doing in the club, but yeah, he looks like a good enough player that we can flip on to make some profit. And before we go any further, this is the way the squad is looking so far. So we've got Anang and Cox as our two goalkeepers. We need a first choice goalkeeper to come in. Clara Cittadini, who is joining at the end of the season. Zivkovic, McNulty as our 4 centre-backs, but also again, I'd like to bring in another centre-back into this pairing here. Vinicius Tobias and Fresneda is going to be our right-backs. Rico Henry and Cochrane at the minute as our left-backs. Cochrane will just be a backup at the very best. Morgan Whelan, we brought him in from the under-21s just to have a little bit of experience with the training as well. Taylor Bullock is joining us for 1.2 million. Can play right back and left back as well. So good option there. Odin Thiago Holm and Bellingham looking likely to be our defensive midfielders. George Hull, we brought him in just to see if we can sell him. I am going to be honest with that one. Nicholas Jensen Wasberg, Toplivic, Ali Murray, again, another player that is going to hopefully be going out on loan for this season with Ali Murray. Donovan as well. Potentially we might move him on. 18 years of age. If we can get 10 million for him, I don't see him improving as much as we want to either. Alberto Moliero as our left winger. Yuta Matsumura, I'll be honest, I'm looking towards moving him on at the end of the season. Jakub Napoleon Romsas, Naipan Stansfield, Ruben Garcia, Williamson, Arabi, and Joe Taylor coming in on loan. Hopefully, we can be bringing in some very good quality additions to this. Ideally, I'd like a new striker, a new centre-back, and a new goalkeeper. We have 107 million to spend. Let's see who we can get in. Now, there are already some inquiries that we have made. Lucas Chevalier, 14.5 million from Lille. Looks to be a good goalkeeper. Hopefully, one that can be our first choice going into the Premier League. He is a potential good Premier League player, but a lot of good stats as well. So 17 for decisions, 16 for jumping reach, which I think is vital for a goalkeeper. Aerial reach, command of area communication, all looking well. 1-on-1 16, reflexes 16, eccentricity is only an 8, which is nice. Punching tendency is 5. I don't like goalkeepers that do flap in the air here. Is also wanted by Brighton, Fulham, Tottenham, and Girona. £61,000 a week. He's currently on. Hopefully, we can bring it down a lot less than that. We have also made an inquiry for James Trafford, 38 million for this guy. We're not going to spend that, but it's just one just to have a look and see if he would be interested. Joining us, Burnley have been relegated from the Premier Division. Samson Badu as our first choice centre back. Him and Clara, I think, would be absolutely fantastic. The physicals on this guy: 15 acceleration, 17 for balance, jumping reach, 16 for pace and for strength, 14 stamina and natural fitness, 17 for positioning, which is wonderful as well. Not as aggressive as we would like, but great composure, bravery and concentration. Good tackling, marking, and heading. 21 years of age. Could be a fantastic signing. 15.5 million. Just depends on how much wages that Samson Badu does want to bring in. Also, potentially looking at Giorgio Scalvini, 50 million to 60 is the valuation here. 6'4". I mean, Football Manager players, you know how good Giorgio Scalvini is. The wages could be an issue here, but a leading Premier League player, who better to build our team around than Giorgio Scalvini? Also looking at Mauritis Kjaergaard. Simon Kjaergaard? Moritz Kjaergaard. Don't know, but big target forward, 6'4", great balance, jumping reach and strength. 13th for heading, 11th for finishing, but I think he'll be a fantastic second option off the bench as well. And yeah, like I said, a big episode today. Let's get into it. Now, this is a quick look at our short list of goalkeepers that we are looking at. It is a position that I feel is vital to improve upon this season. Bart Verbruggen from Brighton and Hove Albion, a high value on this guy, 30 to 36 million, but 22 years of age, and is a goalkeeper that we can build around and be our mainstay for the rest of the game save as well. Leading EFL Championship player and a 4-star Premier League player as well. We put an inquiry in for Bart to see what it's going to cost us to bring him in. William Orestes from Toulouse, 50 to 61 million. Don't think we're going to be going in for this guy. Marco Carnesecchi. I've always had good accounts of Carnesecchi in all the Football Managers I've played recently, and very cheap value for this one, 68 to 3.7 million. Yeah, maybe not the one for competing in Europe as well. Lucas Chevalier, already gone through him. James Trafford, again, 38 million for this guy. The only reason we would be going for him is because he's an English goalkeeper. A lot of wages as well, 63,000. Philip Jorgensen from Chelsea. He could be the one. He's on good wages, 8 to 12 million for this guy as well. Good Premier League player, leading EFL Championship player as well. And if we do compare him to Chevalier, not too dissimilar. He's actually better physically, faster, better aerially, and distribution as well. Chevalier has the shot stopping, the mentals, and the communication. So, yeah, not too bad. Not too bad indeed. And if we can bring potentially Jorgensen in for 12 million, we did offer 9.5 and Chelsea were not accepting it. So, yeah, we'll go in again for him. And Nathan Baxter as another potential. I mean, fantastic one-on-ones and reflexes. Done well for Bolton as well if we look at him last couple of seasons. A 7.0 rating, 18 clean sheets, 17 clean sheets last season. Yes, it's in League One, but Nathan Baxter could be one to bring in. And if we do compare him to Chevalier as well, you know what? He's probably a better goalkeeper. Baxter. 8 million to 11.5 million. We're going to remove any future sell-on clause. 8.25 million, 6 monthly installments. We're not going to do that. However, if he does play over 50 games, we will pay 1.6 million. That should be enough to get him. 9.5, 1.9 million. Nathan Baxter. Bit of a dark horse in this one, but you could be the goalkeeper that we need. And centre-back is another area that we are looking at. We have got a bid accepted for Samson Badu, 15.5 million. A lot of wages into this contract that we've offered him. 100,000 up front and 120,000 rising to after 30 games. But he looks absolutely fantastic. 6'2", fantastic strength, pace, balance, and jumping positioning as well. So he shouldn't be out of position. Yeah, we'll see how we get on with this. Paris Saint-Germain have also just put a bid in as well, which, yeah, we're probably going to lose out on that one, if we are being honest. Giorgio Scalvini, he is who he is. We have got an offer in for, I think it's rising to 60 million, 53 million, which has been accepted. Wages could be the turning point for this one, however. Also, Akabar Silla, very good player, 22 years of age, Ivorian. I was looking at Osman Diamande as well, but there's no problem getting into centre-backs if we do require them. Good leadership, aggression, and bravery. Physicals, nothing to be sniffed at. Position of 12 isn't great, but a good overall defender to have into this as well. Ogbu as well, Slavia Prague. This guy's an absolute tank. 6'2", great jumping reach, strength, and natural fitness. Good acceleration. 13 positioning is a letdown with this one, but good tackling, marking, and heading. A cheaper option at 10 to 12.5 million. Can't complain too much with that. And yeah, there's also Christian Bielik to potentially bring back in, but way out of our price range at 30 million for someone who just isn't good enough. And lastly, kind of the striking position is something that we are going to be having a look at. There's Brozier from Chelsea. The high wages does scare me a little bit, but yeah, he did well at Wolverhampton Wanderers on loan. Can also play out on the left-hand side as well. So a good, versatile player to bring in. Also, Datro Fofana. Again, high wages, but good physicals. Didn't actually impress too much in the Crystal Palace team last season, but they probably played him out on the right-hand side. 7 goals, 3 assists last season there. And then a couple of youngsters that I'd like to bring in. Sanchez Dawes, other than his finishing, he looks incredible, but he doesn't want to join us. I think it's because he's only 16 years of age, but fantastic physicals, good determination as well. First touch, crossing, dribbling. Could be a very good right attacking midfielder, or left as well. He's very strong with his left foot. And then a couple of players just to have a look at. Che Adams, do bring him back to the club. He's a good player. He would definitely be like a third choice or a fourth choice striker. But for 9 million potentially to bring him in, yeah, let's bring him back home. And a player that I am very excited about, other than, where's Kiekyar gone? Yeah, we went through him earlier. Oh Hyun Gyu from RC Genk. He looks fantastic. Yeah, good pressing forward to have in. 24 years of age, South Korean international. Bit pricey, 22 million, but yeah, let me know down below. Also wanted by Crystal Palace and for Fulham. There are quite a few players that we need to bring into the squad. Now, the offer for Baxter has been accepted. 9.5 million, rising to 11.5 million. He's definitely going to help when it comes to English players and our squad registration for the Europa League. £45,000 a week. I'm not excited about that, if I'm being honest. We're going to drop it down to 33. I think about 37 we could get him for, but we'll do the slow incremental rise. Or maybe he does want 45,000. 37. 45 is what he wants. Could we miss out on Nathan Baxter here? 43? Yeah, he drove a hard bargain there, but he's a very good goalkeeper, especially when we do compare him to Chevalier, which, yeah, good reflexes, fantastic one-on-ones, handling, kicking, even his passing is okay. Yeah, other than his vision, he's a very good goalkeeper, and the fact that he's still in League One is a mystery to me. So the offer has been accepted for Scalvini, who has major reservations about negotiating terms. £105,000 a week. So, star player, that's fine. We're not going to improve the coaching staff, nor the midfielders, but we will allow you to be a stepping stone and to improve your knowledge of English. That is fine. 67 million. Clubs in Champions League, yeah, maybe we'll do that. 140k, we can't do this. We're not going to let you match the highest earner as well. So, Badou's on 100 grand, rising to 120. Maybe 110, because there's a 50k difference here from what he wants. 115, maybe. 150 is there. I reckon 130, if we can lock that in. He will accept it. It's a lot of money. And the 9 million, you're not going to get that either. But we will give your agent an extra 600,000, which isn't happy for him. Very interesting. What can we do here to bring up the price of this without really affecting... I mean, we don't really want a goal bonus. Team of the year bonus, yeah, we'll give you that. If we reach the semi-finals of the Europa League, we'll give you a bonus as well. So we'll give you £1 million for there. And reaching the Europa League semi-final, £1 million. Will you accept this? It's a good offer. He will accept it. Okay. An elite centre-back, 130,000 a week. Things could change very drastically in our back line, because currently we do have Cittadini, Clara, Zivkovic, and McNulty. Yeah, not the best if we are being honest. Looking at where we are going to be going into the Europa League. I mean, Clara and Cittadini can do a job, especially Clara. Clara's a very good player. He may, however, be relegated to third choice centre back. And Cittadini is just joining us as well. Yeah, we'll have a very strong back line if we can get both Badou and Scalvini. I think Badou one might actually fall through purely because Paris Saint-Germain have come in for him as well. And 53 million is a lot of money. It's half of our transfer budget as well on one player. I'm not sure how wise that is. Fulham have just come in for Lucas Chevalier as well. Hopefully no one is going to be coming in, however, for Nathan Baxter. And Chelsea want 13 million for Jorgensen. I mean, he's valued at 12. Yeah, maybe we'll do that as well. No offers for Youssef Arabi. 20 million is what we were looking at. Someone actually came in for 17 million at the end of the season, and we turned it down because we were greedy, and now no one wants to come in for him at all. Che Adams as a striker. We've got a scout report coming in for this guy. Dean Henderson, another player that we were looking at. Now, he's a 4-star player, good Premier League already, 41,000. Can we compare you to Nathan Baxter? We can. They're just different goalkeepers, aren't they? Henderson, better with communication, mentals, and speed. But I'm still very impressed with Nathan Baxter. How do they compare as attributes? I mean, Henderson's got more punching tendency, more eccentric, better first touch, and command of area. Mentals are better as well, if we are being honest. And the physicals are better as well. So very interesting. Henderson, how much? No, not interested. Forget that one then. We'll forget that one. Dennis Seaman, we're not going to be going for him. I think he's too young, if we are being honest. And he's only a decent EFL Championship rated player. Same as Jonas Erbig. I think he's too young for what we need. Chevalier, you're a potential along with Baxter. Yeah. Scalvini, 53 million. Is that too much? Let me know. The deal for Baxter can be agreed now. He's agreed to join us at 43,000, £10 million, rising to 11.5. I'm very happy with this one. I am very happy. He's not the fanciest of signings, if we are being honest, but it's a good, solid. Sorry, I just saw an offer and I was very intrigued. He's a good, solid player. I mean, valued in at 15 to 20 million, leading EFL Championship player as well. And if we compare him to Matthew Cox, he's better than Cox is. He's 4 years older. It'll give Cox time to improve. These two, I think, very happy with these two coming in. And also, due to that, we are going to cancel the Chevalier offer as well. How is he compared to James Trafford, though, however, Nathan Baxter? I mean, Trafford is all-round better player, but he would have cost us 3 times as much. Yeah, for a couple of seasons, Baxter can do the job for us. And Scalvini's agreed to join us. 4 days' time, there will be a decision on the work permit. I mean, 53 million. Am I being crazy here? I don't think so. I think he's 21 years of age and one of the best centre-backs in the world. 24 caps for Italy. Yeah, let's just be crazy. Let's spend half our budget on a centre-back. Now, a bit of madness. 41 million is going to be taken out of our transfer budget for Giorgio Scalvini. £130,000 a week. Big fee, as Paris Saint-Germain have completed the signing of Badou. Yeah, that one hurts. That one hurts. So Badou's gone to Paris Saint-Germain, and we've signed Scalvini. Can we compare the two? And let's see how they look against each other. It would have been very nice to have both of these in our team. Badou's a little bit faster, a little bit more physical as well, but Scalvini is all around a better centre-back. 42 million. Very happy. I am very happy to bring this guy in, and the board are delighted to sign a player of his calibre. Could be a potential bargain, maybe. I think there is a minimum fee release clause to 67 million for players or for teams in the Champions League, but yeah, can't dwell on it too much. Oh Hyun Gyu is interested in joining us as well, which is very nice to see. £84,000 a week. Is it the fact that we've gone into the Premier League that is so much money wanting to be gained by the players that will be joining us? I'm not sure, but I mean, Oh Hyun-gyu, 17 goals last season for RC Genk, 16 the season before. Is this too much of a risk? I mean, how much would you spend? 22 million, I think, would be the very, very highest end of the budget. We will offer it anyway. See if he can force a move for himself. There is also Kjaergaard. He'll be the obvious one for 38 million. Yeah. Who knows with that one? As Joshua Williams has left to join Cannes. Yeah, very nice. 12 days until July hits when all the free players are leaving as well. We may have to wait until then to do more of our transfer business. Now, Youssef Arabi is a player that we have been looking to move on. He didn't impress at all last season. Bearing in mind, he only played 13 games. He scored 5 goals and got 1 assist. 22 years of age. We have been looking at Antonio Nusa, 20 years old, Norwegian international as well. Can play right wing and left wing as well, which gives us a lot of cover in that area. We've just put a transfer offer in of 5 million plus Youssef Arabi, and it has been accepted by St. Pauli. So 5 million for this guy. Yeah, interesting to see if the transfer will go through or if Nusa is interested as well. He's interested. 62,000 a week is a lot of money. Arabi is on 18,000. So, I mean, important player. I don't know if he would actually be an important player. We're going to get rid of Stepping Stone as well. Regular player, 63,000. We always get rid of any yearly wage rises here. And I want to get rid of the minimum fee release clause as well. So 44,000 will go in. 72,000 a week this guy wants. I mean, 60 might be the most that we do look at getting. 66,000. 64. And we'll up a couple of things as well here. I mean, it's a lot more than I did want to spend, and he might not even agree. He's agreed at 64,000. Antonio Nusa for 5 million. I think it's actually a very good signing if we do manage to bring him in. A 7 average rating in the Bundesliga last season. 30 games played for St. Pauli. Yeah, good backup. 5 million, 60 grand a week. It's a lot of money, but I think it's a good one to bring in. And as soon as I said that, Youssef Arabi has rejected a contract offer from St. Pauli, which means that our offer has collapsed. Oh Hyun-gyu, 24 million. I don't want to spend more than that. We'll make the offer of 24.5 million there. Oh, Antonio Nusa Arabi, can you leave? Is that alright? Do you mind just leaving? Please. Now, forget about Samson Badu. Salzburg have another player that we have had a look at. Hendry Blank. This guy looks absolutely insane. Other than the position in which Badu had on him. I mean, jumping reach, 16, 16 pace, 16 strength, 16 determination, 14 for heading, 13 for marking, tackling, and for positioning. Only 20 years of age. They're going to turn 21 soon. £13 million offer has gone in for this guy. And if we do compare him to Samson Badu, now obviously Badu is a better player with the defending, physical, and speed. But if we compare him to Clara, who is our first choice centre back, as is now with Scalvini. Where's Clara? Where's Clara? There's Clara. Hendry Blank is actually a better defender. Other than being aerial, he's a better all-round defender than Clara. And if you have a look at Cittadini, if we can as well, yeah, he's very much on par with Cittadini. So I think 20 million, not 20 million, 13 million for this guy. He can also play at left back as well. Very happy to bring him in. He only wants 37,000 a week as well. We're going to remove this important player and remove the stepping stone. Regular starter might be a bit of a stretch. Squad player, would you be a squad player? He would be a squad player. 41,000, drop you down, automatically get rid of these. You're asking for too much here, and it actually might annoy him. So let's go back up to 41,000. And he didn't like that. Okay. Sorry, Henry. Season's expectations. Europa League is to reach league table minimum. Premier League, avoid relegation battle. I think we could do a mid-table finish with this one here. Emirates FA Cup. I'm not going to put too much emphasis on a cup competition with this one. And I just realised we're actually in the Community Shield as well. So very interested indeed. Mid-table finish, I'm sure we can do it with the players that we do look to bring in. And the transfers have now been completed for Vinicius Tobias. 8.5 million can come in at right back. Also going to be playing with Fresneda, so rotating between the two there. And Giorgio Cittadini, 8 million. Good bargain this one. Only 10,000 a week that we have brought him in for. 3-year contract. He looks like a very good player. He did well last season. 5 goals in 14 appearances. So very, very nice. And apparently we had a player on the under-21's Dream 11, Moreno Zivkovic. He was only on the subs bench, but he's made it into the team of the year. So very, very nice. And yeah, maybe he's got a part to play this season. And the exits this time. So Buchanan has gone to Fortuna Dusseldorf by Buchanan. Yeah, he just wasn't going to play this season, especially with Cochrane there. Newman, we signed him for 2 million. We sold him to Al Hilal for 15.5 million. Very good sale. He's on 230,000 a week. This is insane. Al Ali have signed Iwata for 25 million, and he's on 275,000 a week. Yeah, there's a reason why I let them go. To get that pay packet. Mavogo has gone to Levante. He's worth 27 million. I don't know. I don't think so. And Tayan Bullet has joined us. 1.2 million. A good backup player, and that's all he will be. He can play in a multitude of positions as well, which is very good. Trafford put in a coaching request. Fafano, who was on trial, and transfer offer for 2 players. Calum Sanders will accept both of them as well. Now, this is the interesting thing with intermediaries. I just put an offer out, or inquired about an offer for Youssef Arabi, and the intermediary said 10 to 11 million was the most we could get. Always go to the agent of the player as well. I've said that we're keen to see any interest for him, and he's just said I can bring to the table one or more offers of around 20 million for Youssef Arabi. Cagliari are looking to present an offer. He's uncertain about joining Cagliari, but we will invite them in to bring it in. So can we speak to Youssef Arabi and ask him to leave the club, please? It was a £6 million fee that didn't amount to anything, and we have got some players released as well in England. Hanley, Ant Smith, Thomas Ince, Ricardo Santos. I mean, the centre back from Bolton. Do you want to come and join Baxter? Are you English? He's actually English as well. You know what? Just for a bit of a giggle, we're going to offer him in a trial. He can be a 6th choice centre back. Daki Hashioka from Luton. Don't think he's going to be good enough. Callum Wilson, the striker. I mean, it's players like this who could be 5th or 6th choice, but when it comes to the squad registration for the Europa League, it could be a player that we can bring in for cheap wages as well. Now, the offer has come in from Cagliari, 20 million for Youssef Arabi. Yeah, see you later, mate. It hasn't worked out, but yeah, you have a nice earring, at least. We're going to accept that. Now, we have got Southampton make an offer for Donovan, and we're going to reject that. So really, with Romel Donovan coming back in off loan, can he play a part next season? I actually think he can. He'd be good to have around the squad. He's only 18 years of age, potentially Premier League standard, and I don't see a point in moving him along or getting rid of him, if we are being honest as well. Although Sheffield Wednesday have come in for George Hall. He's a player that I would consider letting go. He can play on the right-hand side, but it's just not good enough, if we are being honest. Intermediary. So let's see if it works now with the agent. The intermediary is saying that 5 to 6 million is the best that they can get. But if we do ask our agent and say we're keen, there are people that are interested in him. Who's interested? Ipswich and Burnley as well. That is interesting. Very interesting indeed. Can we offer him out for 9 million? I mean, obviously we can offer him out, but will we get any nibbles? We'll have to have a look. Hopefully we can do what we did with Awata and push the price up as well if we can. But yeah, George Hall, don't see a future with the club. Yeah, Donovan, we'll keep you around. Now, an offer has come in for George Hall. One was Hull City on loan. The other was Ipswich, 5.25 million starting, rising to 10 million. We might accept this. 30% of the next fee as well will go to ourselves. 9 million. Is he going to improve? I don't think he is. If we can compare him with Ramal Donovan as well. Two very similar players. Donovan, better all round, with the exception of defending, aerial and technical, but he is 2 years his junior as well. We're going to accept that. We are going to accept that for George Hall. And we will offer him out as well. Can we say that we're desperate to get rid of him? Maybe we can, but he won't change anything. Burnley, have you got any players? Do you want George Hall? I mean, obviously you've got Trafford, who I would like. Calesio as well, I have been looking at. 40 million though is actually too much. What if we did 20 million? I'm expecting this to get rejected straight away. They're interested in Frank Tatum. Very interesting. I mean, it's worth 4.6 to 5.8 million. And we could get that as well. Burnley are interested. Could we do 20 million with Hall and Tatum for Calesio? We could play left wing and right wing as well. I mean, he wants to leave the club. Not going to get accepted that. It's not. Something to have a look at that. Very interested indeed. The sale of George Hall is about to be confirmed. 8.5 million going to go into our transfer kitty. Ipswich, you got a good player on your hands here, but just wasn't going to be a part of our first team going forward. Valued in at 9 to 11, so I don't think we've lost too much on this guy. I think with the 30% of the sell on as well, very good bit of business. Goes into the kitty. We still have 70 million to spend. And some extra money coming into the transfer kitty. Frank Tatum has gone to Burnley, a fee rising to 5.75 million, 4 million up front. Also 30% of percentage of profit for the next sale. Yeah. I feel like it'd be a good one. He was never going to get anywhere close to our team. If Burnley can find a use to him, very happy with that. Thank you, Frank. I'll see you later. Who says that speaking to agents was always bad? Yusuf Arabi, 17.5 million going into the kitty, a £20 million deal. Thank you very much. It didn't quite work out, but yeah, a nice, tidy 14 million profit. Now we have put another bid in for Bland, 15 million. I really want him. We've also got Batshuayi. Is it Batshuayi? Batshuabu, who we have had a bid accepted for 11 million. But I think Bland is just the better player. And we want to go with him. I think he's slightly younger as well. Is he? I don't know. Maybe he's older. Who knows? But an excellent signing for Henry Bland. Now, he wants to be a star player already, and I'm not liking this. I'll give you a regular starter. 41,000. So much better than what you wanted before. Right, we're going to get rid of the minimum fee release clause. That 10% can go away as well. I'll drop it down a couple of thousand. I kind of can't remember what our sticking price was on. You know what, Bland, I'm just going to give you what you want. I think he's too good to let go. So hopefully Blank come in. Oh God, it's been a long day already. Also, we've got a bid going in for Marit Kjaergaard. Now, Chelsea and Liverpool both want him. Also, I want him. I want to pay the 37 million, but he doesn't want to speak to us. I mean, he looks fantastic. Target forward, especially what we need, coming off the bench. So we have got a loan offer going in just to see if we can get him on loan. Hopefully, he'll want to speak to us. That's the thought around that. And Matsamuna wants to discuss his asking price. We're trying to get rid of him as well. A bunch of clubs in Japan came in but it was all about loan with an optional fee. So we'll offer him out for 6 million, or allow him to go for 6 million. No one for the intermediaries, and ask the assistant. Just loans, 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 loans. Zealand will be happy with loans, loans, loans. Tanaka, again, has failed a work permit. Do we move Tanaka on? Yeah, just hasn't worked out with this guy. And Noosa is a player we have gone back in for. The 27 million has gone down, and it's now 7.5 million for Antonio Noosa. However, he wants 90,000 a week. I don't think we're going to complete this transfer, but yeah, he's out for 4 weeks as well. Can play on the right and on the left. I feel like he's going to be a good player to come in. He's only 20 years of age, and he's going to turn 21 next year. I might be crazy with 90k, but 7.5 million. Yeah, we'll see if this one gets over the line. Now, centre forward is a place where we are looking to improve our squad. So naturally, we put a bid in for a defensive midfielder from Celtic, Arne Engels, 21.5 million. This guy looks brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Although, for whatever reason, everyone wants mega money from us. Star player, I don't think I'm going to give you a star player, nor make you a stepping stone. He'll be an important player. And 90,000 a week for a 21-year... Up to 115k, get rid of that. 51 million, you know what, might just leave that in there if I can get a cheaper wage. I mean, 70,000, will you drop by 20k? No, it's actually gone up to 100 grand. All right. This is very, very difficult. 80k, 83, 80. Begging with some pixels on the screen, but 82, the most we're going to go. I don't think we can go any higher. Can't go any higher. I can give you more money. Oh, it's such an overspend, but tireless midfielder. Do we need him? We can always cancel it. It's classed as a third choice defensive midfielder. Second choice defensive midfielder, sorry. First choice. Him and Bellingham. Yeah, it's got me all confused, this game has. This game save is getting ridiculous. 6 million for Tammy Abraham from Roma. He's 27 years old. 150 to 190,000 a week. I mean, 120 there. Right, maybe 90 I could do. But then 160, it's ridiculous. What is going on here? 105. 110. I mean, I understand that he wants to be kind of match with the other players. 134. Nah, see you later, Tammy. And then Bloskill as another potential instead of Batshuayi, and for Bland. I actually quite like him, and he's a wonder kid. So we're going to enter the contract negotiations for this guy. He would be third, fourth choice centre back, but I think for 16 million, I can't complain too much, especially with the potential that he has. 40,000 a week. I mean, we'll get rid of these and we'll offer him the 40,000. Now he wants 55. 45,000 a week. 45,000 a week. Thank you very much. And we'll shake on it. You know what? 46. I feel like he's dropping down to what we want. Thank you very much. So the reason with Bloskill is if we do compare him to Bland and to Batshuayi, I mean, Bloskill is the better player, other than the physicality and the speed. Better than Batshuayi. And then for Bland has the physical and the speed, but Bloskill is the better centre-back. That's what we're going to go with. Also, Finn Jelch is going to be joining us. We have delayed his transfer at the minute. A good backup for the CDM position. Young, 18 years of age. He's going to be 19 tomorrow, but a potential Premier League standard player. 7.5 million, I think it was for this guy. So, yeah, can't complain too much. Now, a player that I was looking at early on in the season, Che Adams. This is where we're looking at now. 14 million. We are going to hopefully bring him back home. He can. Is it good enough? Am I just struggling here? I'm really struggling. to bring in a striker. He wouldn't be a regular starter. I think Stansfield's the one. 65,000. This is getting painful. Now, a player that will be joining us, Arne Engels, tireless midfielder, 21 million from Celtic, 82,000 a week. Seems to be a common theme with the players that we are signing. Because we're in Europa League, the amount of wages that we have to give is ridiculous. But Engels, how do you compare to everyone else that we have? I mean, a 3.5-star player off the bat. Can't complain. His value has doubled and even tripled in some points here as well. And yeah, very good player. Centre midfielder. Potentially going to be more of a defensive midfielder here. Scalvini's obviously our centre back. So yeah, a first teamer that comes in. Very happy for Engels. We still need that striker there. Now we have cancelled the deal for Nusa, and we are going to get in Newerton from Shakhtar Donetsk. 12.5 million for this guy, but he wanted £60,000 a week, fewer wages than Nusa. So we're going to bring you in. Good cover for the attack midfielder position on the left-hand side. And also Blockzil. Do we need another centre-back? I mean, he would be our second best centre-back looking at the stats here. Leading championship player, up there with Cittadini, and better than Clara as well. You know what? Let's do a double change, a double sign-in. Once again, though, we don't have a striker. Newerton, 12 million coming in, fading at 26 to 38 million. Very nice indeed. And Bloskill, 16 million we paid for him, 24 to 35 million, which leaves us with 20 million to get a striker. It's not going to happen. Budget adjustments, what have we got? 32 million. Been really tough to spend 107 million in this transfer window. We still need a striker. And we finally have a striker recommended by Musterman, Danny Gomez. Apparently this guy scores goals for fun. He's literally just going to be a backup. An ESC slot is going to be used as well. It's just a loan. So hopefully Danny Gomez. Are you the striker that we've been dreaming of? We'll have to find out. I don't think it's going to be very good, but, you know, he is a backup. Yeah. So, we're going to save our money for the end of the transfer window. Hopefully, Kjaergaard will want to join us. But we have the FA Community Shield against Manchester City. And let's just make our team now, what we're going to do. So, in goal, I think we are going to give it to Baxter, although he's now rated the same as Matthew Cox. Baxter's going to be given the go-ahead for this season. Fresneda has picked up an injury, so Vinicius Tobias is going to be the complete wing-back on the right-hand side. Rico Henry as our full-back on support on the left-hand side. At the back, Scalvini, ball-playing defender, and also Bloskill. We're going to bring both of them in. The thing I like about Bloskill is the fact that he can play as a CDM also. The regista is going to be Arne Engels, although ball-winning midfielder, that's what we're going to do on defend. Play him in a position that he is more comfortable in. Advanced playmaker, it's going to be Naipan or Bellingham, so we're going to go with Bellingham. Second striker should be Rosas, but he is currently picking up an injury, so who should we put here? I mean, Wasberg or Naipan are the clear favourites here, but we'll put Naipan more centrally. No, we won't. Bellingham's going to go as our advanced playmaker. Wasberg in the middle, and then Moliero is injured as well. So Newerton making his debut today, and we don't have a striker. So Jay Stansfield. I mean, he's worth 34 to 40 million. Although he's got a 7-year deal on his hands. This is what we're going to go with. Although Naipan, you need a face, so we need to sort that out for the next episode. So Matthew Cox in goal. Then just get our defence in order now. So Clara, Cittadini. I don't know how many substitutes you can have. You can have 9 here. Cochrane as our left wing back. Zivkovic can stay off the bench. Williamson is going to be our main striker. Danny Gomez, put you on there. Thiago Holm, we'll put you on there as well. Joe Taylor, there's no room for you in this club. I mean, Toplivic, Taylor Bullet, Garcia, you know what, let's put you in. Because you can play as the attacking midfielder as well. You know what? He's on a bit of a decline, so maybe we'll give him a go. Topovic, we'll put you in there as well. We're going to take him out. We're actually going to put in Donovan. And this is the team that is going to face Manchester City, Baxter, Tobias, Roskill, Scalvini, Henry, Engels, Wasberg, Naipan, Bellingham, Newerton, and Stansfield as well. I mean, it's only the FA Community Shield. Danny Gomez, you know, we may bring him on and he may score a hat-trick. Who knows? Who knows how good he is in a system that plays good football. Nobody's expecting anything from you today. Go out there. You've got nothing to lose. You know, why not? It is just a game. We're missing 3 or 4, probably first team players as well, with the likes of Moliero. Yeah. No injuries, please. No injuries, please. Although a highlight would be nice as well. It's been 16 minutes and nothing has happened just yet. Possession-wise, we are getting dominated, but now there is a highlight. Bernardo Silva puts it into Haaland, but cut out by Bloskill. Naipan, bit of a dangerous pass back to Baxter, but Scalvi, that was a bad pass. It's off the crossbar. Wasberg, please. Please don't do that, Wasberg. Advanced playmaker and attack is probably your best position. Deep line playmaker, maybe we drop a little bit deeper against Manchester City as Naipan gives it all the way back for Bloskill. Wasberg, Bloskill. A lot of touches for Bloskill today on his debut. Tobias cuts inside though. Should have scored then. I mean, we saw Tayan Bullett's goal last season from the right-hand side. And a little bit disappointed that Tobias had just kicked it right at the goalkeeper. But Ake now, back to Ortega. 33 minutes gone. And it's just a Community Shield game, although it's a lovely pass to Haaland, and that is 1-0. Oscar Bob finding Haaland. The two Norwegians linking up. Our Norwegians aren't doing it today, though. Naipan and Wasberg. Although, was it Rodri? No, it was Oscar Bob. I mean, it's a fantastic run from Haaland, that is. But again, we're not expecting to do anything in this game. It is going to be a little teaser of how the season potentially could pan out as Rico Henry's on a booking. But we're not going to be too disheartened by this. We've told them not to worry about it. But now we're going to say we owe them for the last game because they did knock us out of the Carling Cup as well. Newerton, maybe put you as an inside forward on support. Naipan, you're not doing anything too bad. Danny Gomez, is it time to bring Danny Gomez in? I don't know. Cochrane's going to come in, however, for Rico Henry. Bellingham on a 6.5 isn't great, but we are going to drop him down for Wasberg. We're going to put Naipan in just behind, and we are going to bring on Danny Gomez, not Holm. Danny Gomez for his debut. 45 minutes to prove the world wrong. You are a good enough player to play in this team, although Newerton on a 6.3, Naipan on the 6.4. It's pretty bad. It is pretty bad so far. As Lewis inside to Ruben Dias, Ansu Fati out to Bernardo Silva. Inside to Bob. Too much space there for Bob, and it has gone just over. Is that a save from Baxter? It is a save from Baxter. It's half an hour to go. Let's fire this team up because we're probably going to concede in this next highlight. As Foden outside the box. And it was no highlight at all. Baxter into Scalvini. I mean, we can't blame Baxter for the goal. Haaland is just incredible as Cochrane gives it inside to Naipan. Back to Bellingham. Forward to Tobias. Not sure what he's going to do there. As Bellingham puts it into no man's land. Let's make some changes. Stansfield, you're not doing great. To be fair, no one is doing great. So, Naipan, we're going to put you out on the left wing. Topovic is going to come in as well. We need some faces on these people. No, Naipan, we are actually going to bring you off for Odin Thiago Holm. And lastly, Bellingham, we're going to bring you off for Donovan. I'm actually going to drop you down to there. So, Donovan, we're going to put you out on the left-hand side. And we've got a corner, but I think it is just a highlight. of nothing as Haaland just bursts down the right-hand side. And he's just brought down by Naipan. His last bit of action before he's taken off. Thinking, let's go. 44% possession. It's not the worst. We are going to go balance though. And we are going to shout demand more as Cochrane gives it into Engels. Scalvini now. At least it won't be every day that we face Manchester City. And that's a terrible pass by Tobias, although it has been picked up by Holm. Stansfield, Toplovic, Danny Gomez. Donovan goes for distance. Not sure why he's done that. It's a little bit embarrassing, but we are going to go attacking for the last 10 minutes. I mean, a 1-0, it won't hurt morale too much. Danny Gomez hasn't done anything as Engels whips it in. Scalvini can't get onto it. Donovan up into the air. I mean, Donovan, do you want to be at this club? Because you've done two very questionable decisions with that one there. As Ortega throws it out to Ruben Dias. Palacios loses out though. Cochrane down the left-hand side, driving into the box, cuts it across. Danny Gomez, is that a penalty? It is a penalty, and who is taking it? And is it Stansfield? Well, we don't know. Is it a penalty? Is it a penalty? It should be Stansfield taking the penalties. I feel like I've said penalty too many times. I think it is. Surely it is a penalty. He's gone to the monitor, which means it is a pen. It is a penalty. Stansfield. World on your shoulders. Do we need a new striker? We don't need a new striker. 1-1. Jay Stansfield. Absolutely fantastic. We went attacking. We're going to demand more. We're going to go positive. We're going to demand more still, though. Lovely penalty by Jay Stansfield. Ortega sent completely the wrong way. And I think it goes straight to penalties with this. And it does go straight to penalties. Danny Gomez. Looking at this, we've actually got a few people that can take penalties, which is very nice to see. Yeah, not too bad. Team talk. Penalties are a lottery. What will be, will be. No pressure on the gang. As Stansfield steps up again, Ortega completely beaten on the first penalty in the game. And beaten again. A bit fortunate with that one, but lovely goal by Stansfield. And Haaland versus Baxter. I mean, Baxter, you could make your name into history here. Fantastic penalty save by Nathan Baxter. League One. And Danny Gomez scores his penalty as well. We are in control with this one. Baxter versus Palacios. League One to the FA Cup final of the Community Shield. And they've missed their penalty. Vinicius Tobias, if you score this, we've probably won the game. And he's put it in. Fantastic stuff. It's all on Manchester United's shoulders now. Manchester City. The occasion is getting to me here. Bernardo Silva versus Nathan Baxter. Scores. It's okay though. If we score the next one, we have won the Community Shield. Arne Engels, brand new signing. One-on-one. Wonderful stuff. This team is absolutely fantastic. Another trophy. Yes, it's the Community Shield, but we've got a trophy in the Premier Division. Lovely, lovely to see. Are we going to win the Prem this season? I feel like we might. You deserve it, guys. You deserve it. Absolutely. Let's go to the dressing room, outstretch our arms. You should be delighted. Penalties aren't the nicest experience, but, you know, we came away with the victory. Is that enough to convince Kjaergaard to join us? Maybe not, but it's a fantastic start to the season.